What's up, boys? Data782 here with episode 19 of the Brooklyn Bellows franchise mode here at the beginning of the 2025 postseason here in year number 7 of the Bellows franchise mode. Heading into the playoffs against the Washington Capitals here in year number 1, in round number 1. After losing in round number 1 last year to the Bruins, we are ready to take some revenge on the playoff gods. And we have some old friends here, Chittle, Captain, again, and also to be noted that the Capitals are the defending Stanley Cup champions, so cannot underestimate them. First line, TJ Oshie, age of 38, he put up a 22-point season, yikes. So he's getting old. Evgeny Kuznetsov's down the middle, of course, Tom Wilson on the right, Kyle Palmieri, Nick Backstrom at the age of 37, Noel Gunler, Matt Nieto, Philip Chittle, what did he do this season? He had 38 points. And Anders Bjork. Then Kasperi Kapanen, who had 15 points this year, with Brett Howden and Marcel Vauclair, second round pick. On defense, they have Dave Riley, a 21-year-old medium elite, 21 years old, 89 overall, top 2 defenseman. He is not a points guy, though. He is definitely a defensive defenseman. Wow, 99 shot blocking, 98 stick checking. He is really good. Lucas Johansson, Jared Spurgeon, Dmitry Orlov, Jason Demers at 36, and Connor Hobbs. Spurgeon 35, an old defensive core. Braden Holtby at the age of 35 is still a 90 overall, and he is the reason that they do so well. Great stats, always putting up good numbers. Ilya Samsonov backing him up. Scratched Brian Little and Michael Backlund. Lots of old boys on Washington. So they are the defending Stanley Cup champions. We won the Cup 2 years ago, so it will be a good matchup. First line, we have Janssen, Scheifele, Marner, because Ovechkin is still out with injury. Connor DeBrincat, Atkinson, Gersic, Sherbak, Gunter, Byers, Grachev, Pelletier. Grachev making his NHL debut here in the playoffs. Defense, Lindholm, Byram, Hamilton, Benson, Robertson, Anderson, and between the pipes, of course, is Thatcher Demko. Shaw, Barron both scratched. Obi waiting to get back in the lineup. Let's hop right into it, boys. We are ready to rock and roll in 2025 at Chicharo Arena up against the defending Stanley Cup champion Washington Capitals. First period, here we go. Early goal for Tom Wilson on Thatcher Demko. Second period, zeros. So here in the third period, in year number 7, after we got bounced last year in round number 1 in 7 games, the year before that we won the Stanley Cup in 7 games. We are looking to make a statement, our best season yet on paper, by our record and everything. So we're going to lose game number 1 2-0 as we get shut out by Braden Holtby. That's pretty disappointing. And let's just shake it off and go straight to game number 2, boys. So Ovechkin is back, but it is a playable injury, so I'm going to keep him out for another game. The old man needs to rest up a little bit, so I'm going to wait till game 3 to bring him back. Let's get game 2, boys. Can't drop 2 games at home to start off the first round. Let's go. First period, nice goal. Hampus Lindholm gets our first of the playoffs. Second period, 3-2 for us. Eric Byers and Alex DeBrincat score, but look who it is scoring for the Capitals. It's Chittle and Kapanen, the 2 former Bellows score goals. We are up 3-2 heading into the third period. We need to shame these guys, bro. Come on. Chittle and Kapanen don't even deserve. Kapanen definitely doesn't even deserve to be in the NHL. Let's hang on tight to this 1-goal lead, boys. Let's go. Let's even up. Let's add to it. Why not? 5 minutes left in game number 2. Hanging on. Will it be enough? And it will be. So we win game number 2 by a score of 3-2. Thanks to Thatcher Demko, Alex DeBrincat, 2 assists from Mark Scheifele. And now we're going to head to game 3, and I'm going to put Ovi into the lineup. So Ovi's back. It still says that his injury is a playable injury, but whatever, bro. I can't wait forever to put him back in the lineup. I need him to play. He's a playoff performer. He's the former captain of this team, the Washington Capitals. He wants to play. I'm going to give it to him. So first period here in game number 3. 2 goals for us. Mark Scheifele gets them both. And we're up 2-0 in that first period. Second period, another goal for us. It's Mitch Marner. The first line is connecting. Heading into the third, up 3-0. 20 saves thus far for Thatcher Demko. Power play for us. Capitals kill it off. Fourth goal, Alex DeBrincat makes it 4-0. The top 6 are clicking, and that is what got us here, and that's what hopefully will get us all the way to the end. And it will end a 4-0 win. And we will end this one with a 4-0 win against the Capitals. 2 goals for Scheifele, goal and 2 assists for Marner, and a 24 save shutout for Thatcher Demko. So our top 6 is what gets us through. So hopefully it'll carry us all the way to the cup. Game number 4 now in Washington. We are up 2-1 in this series. Let's keep it rolling, boys. Period number 1, 0-0. Period number 2, 1-0, thanks to Kyle Connor, who had a career year this season. And then Mitch Marner gets a power play goal to make it 2-0 for us. With power play now for the Capitals that we kill off halfway through this third period. Shots 34-30 in our favor. Another power play for the Capitals, a long one that we kill off. Huge kill there. It was a couple minor penalties, both from Lindholm. Atkinson, then 2 from Lindholm. But we win this one 2-0, boys. Back-to-back shutouts for Thatcher Demko. This time 34 saves. So between the 2 games, he made 58 saves to get back-to-back shutouts. A goal and an assist for Kyle Connor. And we win this one 2-0. So just like that, boys, we're heading into game number 5 with a 3-1 series lead. We're back at Chicharo Arena. Let's just finish it off, boys, as soon as possible. Let's get that second round, and let's not wait another second. Don't let them get back in here. First period, 2 goals for us, 1 for the Capitals. Marner and Atkinson. Goal for Evgeny Kuznetsov, 2-1 lead for us. Second period, goal for Nicholas Backstrom, who ties it up at 2. 2 goals on 15 shots against Demko heading into the third. Now we're hanging on to this. Kyle Palmieri puts the Capitals in the lead, but Mark Scheifele comes right back a couple minutes later and ties it up 3-3. We're outshooting them 34-20. Power play for the Bellos, 5-on-3. Can't capitalize. Yeah, man. 3-3, and we're headed to overtime, boys. Shots 40-23 in our favor. So let's hop into it. 1 goal, and we head to the second round. Let's go see it. Overtime here in game number 5 at Chicharo Arena of round number 1. Bellos with the 3-1 series lead, 1 goal, and we are off to the second round. A goal for the Capitals, and we go to game 6 back in Washington. Marner, Benson, Hamilton. Here's Ovi. In front, Scheifele. Oh man, big save for Holtby, but a weird backhand there. DeBrincat coming in now. Waits. Ooh, just a toe save there from Holtby. Big chance there for DeBrincat. Palmieri the other way. To the point, it's Spurgeon. Backstrom. Big save from Demko, and he'll hang on. Are you serious? Alright, boys. Well, we dropped that one. Shots 42-25 in our favor. A classic EA one-timer. And that was enough to end it. So we dropped that game 4-3. And now we head to game number 6 in Washington with a 3-2 series lead. Looking to end it off there. First period here in Washington. 2 goals for the Bellows. Janssen and Gersic. Very nice. Shane Gersic up against his old team. I forgot to mention that, yeah. Got him and Burakovsky from Washington. Second period, 3-0. Eric Byers gets another one. 3-goal lead heading into the third. Will that be enough? Power play gets killed off. Nicholas Backstrom clawing back in. Makes it 3-1. Cuts the lead to 2. Power play for the Bellows. Can't put it out of reach. Let's just end it, boys. 2-goal lead is a dangerous one. 5 minutes left. 3 minutes left. Power play for the Capitals late, but it won't be enough as Bowen Byram gets the empty netter. Who's getting penalties that late? Scheifele, high sticking. But it's all right, boys. We took it. Demko 29 saves, goal and an assist for Byram and Janssen. And we take round number 1 in 6 games, and we are moving on. Let's see the player stats through that first round. 7 points in 6 games from Mitch Marner. Scheifele and Connor with 6 each. Ovi with 5 assists. DeBrincat, Lindholm, Janssen 3. Byers, Atkinson, Gersic, Byram 2. Sherbak 1 assist. Robertson, everyone 1 assist. Grachev 1 assist. Pelletier 2 games, nothing. Hamilton, Anderson, Benson, all 6 games with nothing. But hey, what are you going to do? Goalies Thatcher Demko 4-1-1 with 2 shutouts. Blumdahl faced 1 shot and made 1 save. So good job, Vesa. Made your playoff debut, did well. And now we're going to move on to the second round. And in that round, we will be playing against the Philadelphia Flyers. So our division rivals, the Philadelphia Flyers, we will be taking them on in round number 2. Let's check their lines out. So Philadelphia, Travis Konechny, Sean Couturier, and Jakub Voracek on that top line. Voracek at the age of 35, still getting it done up there. Claude Giroux is 37, 81 overall. James Van Riemsdyk is 35 at 77 overall. So it's a really weird team, but somehow they're doing well and somehow they score goals. Morgan Frost, Hyman, Nicholas Baptiste. Wow, really weird team. Couturier is their big piece. Nolan Patrick there. All right, on defense they have Provorov, Sanheim. Yeah, that's a big top 2. Cruz at the age of 34. Brett Kulak, Samuel Morin. Decent defense. Good top 2. Half decent top 4. Pitt's bottom pair. In nets, of course, though, Carter Hart makes all the difference. He is one of the best goalies in the NHL. This year he went 29, 23, and 7, though. Not as good as usual. Then they have a backup, which is an elite goaltender as well, Nikolai Kavanov. Scratched Strawman, Tays, and Okposo. Wow. So 38, 37, and 36, the ages of their scratch players here. A lot of old guys taking up money. This guy's taking 2.28. Tays is taking 2.75. Strawman 4.575. So they'll have a lot of cap room next season once all these guys retire or leave. Jonathan Tays, man, former Brooklyn Bello legend. So with that, I think we're just going to continue simulating on. We are ready to hop into round number 2. At Chicharo Arena, Game 1, Round 2 against the Philadelphia Flyers. Very local rivalry, Pennsylvania and New York. Here we go. First period, 1-1 game. Rubtsov and Alex Ovechkin, his first goal of the playoffs. 1-1 game. Second period, nothing. Shots 22-15 in our favor heading into the third. Thatcher Demko standing strong, so is Carter Hart, but Cam Atkinson solves them, and it's 2-1. First goal of the third period. Power play for the Flyers that we kill off. Hang on to that 1-goal lead with 5 minutes left. Let's add to it, Bellos. Come on. Who's going to show me something, or will that be enough? It'll be enough. The 2-1 victory over the Flyers. Thatcher Demko makes 26 saves. Hart makes 31, but just that one was all the difference. As Cam Atkinson converted, and we win 2-1. So we are up 1-0 early in this series, which is always nice to see. You always want to be leading. Leafs and Lightning are on the other half of the Eastern Conference. Lightning lead that series 1-0. Hawks, Jets, and Ducks, Knights in the Western Conference. So game number 2 here against the Flyers. Here we go. First period, nothing. Second period, goal for Mark Scheifele. That first line, man, just carries us all the way. Kyle Connor's doing very well, though. He did in the first round. Jakub Voracek makes it 1-1. Power play for the Flyers. We kill it off halfway through the third. Very tight game once again. Shots and goals. Claude Giroux. Yikes, man. The old dogs are getting it done. We need a goal here, but Carter Hart is standing strong, and Cam Atkinson, with 33 seconds left, ties up this game. A huge goal, and we're headed to overtime. Can we have a hero in overtime? Power play for the Flyers. We kill that one off. Huge goal from Cam Atkinson to get us to overtime. And the winner from Alex DeBrincat. Huge effort from the boys. Wow. Thatcher Demko makes 35 saves. Scheifele goal and an assist, but Alex DeBrincat 1 goal and 2 assists, a point on every goal. He gets the puck to Atkinson to tie the game, and then he scores the goal that wins us the game. So now we're back. Now we're in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center for game number 3 with a 2-0 series lead. First period, goal for Konechny. Second period, nothing. Third period now. Huge. That was a huge game, man. You never want to tie up the series early on. It's like the last 2 games meant nothing. Long power play that we finally convert on thanks to Mitch Marner. 1-1 halfway through this third period. Outshooting them quite well, 34-20, 36-20 now. Nothing much happening though. And we might be going to overtime for the second straight game, and yes we are. For the second straight game, we go to overtime and it's done early. Morgan Frost 50 seconds into overtime. And this series is now 2-1 in our favor as we head into game number 4. The Hawks are about to sweep the Jets. Knights are up 2-1 on the Ducks, and Leafs are up 2-1 on the Lightning. Toronto Maple Leafs have a very, very good hockey team this year. First period of this one's nothing. Second period, 1 goal for the Flyers. Claude Giroux. We haven't been able to score many goals this round. And then Alex DeBrincat comes through. Thankfully, it's the top 2 lines. The top 6 are getting it done. There he is again, Mark Scheifele. We're up 2-1 now. We outshoot them quite well, but Carter Hart stands strong. We kill off that power play. Will that 1 goal be enough? And it will be another tight victory as we take that game 2-1. 28 saves for Demko, 37 for Hart, the poor guy. His team just letting him suffer in there. But just like that, boys, we are up 3-1 in the series, and we are looking to finish it in game number 5 at Chicharo Arena. Let's do it and go to the Eastern Conference Finals for the 2nd time in 3 years. Here we go. First period, nothing. Second period, 3 goals for the Bellos. Gunter, Connor, and Gersic, the 3rd line. Wow. So within all within 7 minutes of each other. 15-8 and then 8-1. 7 minutes within each other, and it's 1 from Gunter, 1 from Connor, and 1 from Gersic. They're all getting in on it. 3-0 lead for the Bellows thanks to the 3rd line. Wow, great. You love to see that. Power play for the Flyers that we kill off. And with 10 minutes left in this one, that may be enough. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That may be enough, and I believe it will be. As we are headed to the Eastern Conference Finals, boys. Byram adds in his 2nd empty net goal of the playoffs, and we win 4-0. A 23-save shutout from Thatcher Demko, a goal and 2 assists for Gunter, and a goal and 3 assists for Kyle Connor, which now gives him the team lead in points with 13 through 11 games. And we are headed to the Eastern Conference Finals to either face the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Toronto Maple Leafs. So let me go here because I don't want it to get spoiled. Who will it be, boys, in the Eastern Conference Finals? We will be taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Wow, they are 8-4 in the playoffs. We're 8-3. They are a very good hockey team. Let's check them out. So they have Jake Muzzin on their 4th line, which is interesting. Through 3 games, he has 1 assist, I think he's... Yeah, 3 games, 1 assist, a -1 as 4th line right wing, a 2-way defenseman. All right. First line stacked with Matthews and Nylander. Hinostroza, not really, but he has 10 points in 12 games, so can't doubt him there. 45 points this season. Austin Matthews, he has 11 points. Nylander has 10 points. Sam Bennett, 5 points in 12 games on that 2nd line. Leon Draisaitl with 9. Sammy Ordio with 1. Nazem Kadri at the age of 34 has 6 points. Ryan Strome, our old friend. Jordan Stahl has 3 points at the age of 36. On defense, Morgan Riley, the best defenseman in the NHL, 92 overall, 67 points this season, a +50, 4 points in 12 games. Timothy Liljegren, he is a very good 2-way defenseman, no points but gets it done. Jake Wallman is a very good defensive defenseman. Nikita Zaitsev, Sami Vatanen, Philip Hronik. Great defensive core for the Leafs. And Nikita Ponikarovsky between the pipes, he had a 38-win season. He is 8-3-1 through the playoffs thus far. They are a very good team. Also, looks like they have John Tavares scratched. That's why. I thought there was somebody missing. There was another 90. I remember seeing another 90 last time we looked at their team. He had a 79-point season. In the playoffs, he has 6 points through 9 games. But, so with Tavares out, that means Muzzin plays on the 4th line. He should be on the 1st line probably. And then Hinostroza is on the 2nd line with Draisaitl. But, yeah, Tavares, that might be a big advantage for us, depending on how long he's out for. Tavares is out for an abdominal strain, returning May 17th, which is a week away. So, if he came back when he was fully healthy, that would be for Game 5, but he'll probably be back for like Game 3 or 4. Since, yeah, he's likely out for Game 1 and 2, though. Let's check out our point totals after the first 2 rounds. 13 points in 11 games for Kyle Connor, 9, 9, and 9 for Scheifele, DeBrincat, and Marner, 7 and 9 for Ovechkin, 5 and 11 for Atkinson, Janssen, and Gunter. And everyone's down there. Everyone's contributing. Nikita Sherbak with 1 assist and a -2 through 11 games. I don't get that, man. He's 85 overall. How does that happen? I don't get it. Anderson, everyone's a plus except for Benson, who's a -1 somehow. That's weird. Thatcher Demko, he is 8, 1, and 2 with 3 shutouts, 950 save percentage, and a 1.34 goals against average. That is going to be our secret weapon heading into Scotiabank Arena to face the Eastern Conference champion Toronto Maple Leafs. They went 54, 23, and 5 this season. And they are standing between us and the Stanley Cup Final. So let's go, boys. First period of game number 1 of round 3. 1-1. Atkinson and Grew. Second period, Matthews and Kadri. We are down 3-1 in the third period. Early power play for us that we can't capitalize on. We have only 12 shots, 14 shots, 16. Okay, we're shooting more now, but not a lot of shots to start this game. Getting manhandled out there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we lose game number 1, 4-1. We didn't get shots on net. We were really struggling out there. I'm going to fix the lines. I'm going to put Connor up. I'm going to... Here, this is what I'm going to do right here. Connor to the second line, Janssen to the third line, and Pelletier to the fourth line, man. Forget Sherbak. The guy's garbage. 1 assist. Take a seat on the bench, bro. See you in the press box. Nikita Sherbak. Remember, he had 14 points in 20 games to start the season, and then he ended the season getting 20 points in the next 60 games. Doesn't make sense, but hey. Game number 2 in Toronto, down 1-0. Let's make a statement here, boys. 1-0 lead early for Shane Gersich, getting us that goal. Kyle Connor up in the second line gets us another one, 2-0 lead. The second period ends 2-1 as Sam Bennett scores on Thatcher Demko. Here in the third now, power play for us. 5-on-3 power play. Mark Scheifele with a power play goal, huge, to give us that 2-goal lead. Another power play. Punish them, boys. Power play for the Leafs that we kill off. Then Sam Bennett scores his second goal of the game. Scored 5 seconds apart between the 2 periods. Will that 1-goal lead be enough thanks to Mark Scheifele? Yes, it will, as Matthew Robertson adds in an empty netter, and we win game 2 by a score of 4-2. Don't let Toronto get you, boys. TSN and the Toronto bias. Kyle Connor, injured groin. Our top scorer with an injured groin. So, Nikita Sherbak will play third line right wing. Gunter will move back to the left wing, and Connor will move to the... Benson scores. What am I trying to say? You know what I mean. It's Jansson's on the second line and Sherbak's on the third line. First period, 2-0 lead for us, thanks to Benson and Byers. Second period, 3-1 lead. Gersich scores, and so does Draisaitl. We're up 3-1. 2-goal lead here in the third period. Can we get another to make it just a little bit more? Pelletier, there he is on that fourth line, doing better than Nikita Sherbak. Beep you, bro. Pelletier comes right into the lineup and scores. And Gunter gets another. There we go. So we win game number 3 by a score of 5-1. Thank you to Thatcher Demko, Byers, Pelletier, the fourth line getting it done. Look at these guys, 2 points each. Gersich, Pelletier, Benson, Byers, all 2 points each. Even Nikita Sherbak got an assist. Great job, Nikita. Hawks are up 2-1 against the Ducks over in the Western Conference Finals. And we are heading now, Kyle Connor available, I'm going to wait till next game. We are now heading into game number 4 at Chicharo Arena. We are up 2-1 in this series. Let's make it 3-1, boys. Let's put them against the ropes at home. Gunter with an early goal. I love it. First period, 1-0 lead. Second period, 3-0 lead thanks to Marner and Pelletier. Pelletier getting it done. 3-0 lead here in the third period. Can that be enough, boys? Power play. There we go. Dougie Hamilton. 4-0. He puts this game away. I'm going to sim it. He puts this game away. Thatcher Demko gets the shutout. 30 saves for him. Goal for Gunter. Goal for Marner. Huge statement game, boys. After we lose game number 1, we come back and we win 3 games straight as we head into game number 5. with Toronto on the ropes. I'm going to put Connor back in his spot, but I'm going to try keeping Scherbak with Gersic and Gunter because they've been doing very well. And Janssen, he's been doing well as well with 1 goal and 8 assists, but I don't know, I just don't have room for him, so I'll put him on the 4th line and see if he can make that 4th line keep producing even more than they already have been. But let's say he has like 3 points in 5 games. Game number 5 here in Toronto. Brian Rust gets a power play goal. For some reason on the power play. Okay, 2-1. Shifley scores for us, Riley and Rust for Toronto. Second period, same thing. So looking to end this series and go to our 2nd Stanley Cup Finals in 3 years. If we can just win this game, boys. First, we need a goal to tie it up, though. That's what we get. Brendan Benson, there he is. Big goal from Brendan Benson. This game is tied. Power play. Gets killed off by Toronto. 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left, 1 minute, and we're headed to overtime. So 1 goal for us, and we're off to the Stanley Cup Finals. 1 goal for the Leafs, and we're off to Game 6 back at Chicharos. What jerseys are we wearing? Here's Shifley. Marner. Lindholm. Oh, Shifley had the chance to end it right there, but couldn't grab it. Kyle Connor off the post. Connor. Marner. Shifley. Ooh. Was that post again? I think it was. Back-to-back posts. Nice poke check there. Get going the other way. Dougie Hamilton up to Dylan Gunter. Gunter in front. Oh, huge save by Ponikarovsky. And he'll hang on for that. Andreas Janssen and Mitch Marner. I forgot to even mention that they're up against their old teams. Marner and Janssen both disrespected by the Maple Leafs, and I signed them to offer sheets. And they came to Brooklyn, and they've never looked back. Sami Vatanen, Philip Roenick. Muzzin gets broken up and picked off by Grachev. What's he doing on the 4th line, boys? Janssen. Why is a defenseman on your 4th line? Janssen passes it back to Byram. Grachev gets hit from behind. Dirty hit by Vatanen. No call from the biased Toronto refs. And then Jake Muzzin, the 4th line defenseman who's playing right wing 4th line, comes and snipes it on my goal. And why am I wearing Columbus Blue Jacket jerseys? What's going on? What is happening? How did that all just happen? Game shuts down. What's happening? Yeah, here we go. EA Sports. I'm a beeping pig. Bro, come on. Are you serious? This broken game just shuts down. It makes me the Blue Jackets. A crazy situation happens where Jake Muzzin rips it top shelf on my Vezina winning goalie. And then the game just shuts down and says, oh, would you like to report this problem? I'm going to report it. What are they going to do? They're going to tell me to go to bed. What are they going to do? They're going to fix my problem. And I'm going to go into franchise mode and it's going to better be saved, man. Good, bro. At least it's saved. Beep you, EA, and your garbage game. The game shut down again! I'm just trying to simulate a game and it keeps shutting down. Why? Let's try this again. I'm going to simulate to this game and try to simulate it. Maybe if I go to the calendar page and then press simulate, it'll let me simulate it. I don't know what to do. Here we go. I'm going to press sim game and hopefully it brings me to the sim game. You're not serious. Okay, so sadly, if I try to simulate this game, the game shuts down. So I'm just going to have to go through it on the calendar, boys. I'm very sorry about that. I wish you could go back and see what happened on this game, who scored the goals, but I'm just going to have to sim through it, boys. So will we be going to Game 7, or will we be going to the Stanley Cup Finals? Game 6 at Chicharo Arena. The Brooklyn Bellos win 3-2 in overtime, and we're off to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Anaheim Ducks, who are 12-7 through the playoffs. We're 12-5. So thank you very much, Toronto. You disrespected Janssen, you disrespected Marner, and now we're going to the Stanley Cup Finals without you. Looking at the playoff tree, the Ducks, let's see what happened. They beat the Wild in 6, they beat the Golden Knights in 7, they beat the Hawks in 6, and now we're up against them in the Cup Finals. We beat the Penguins in 6, Flyers in 5, and Leafs in 6. Player stats here, let's check out both teams. For us, Kyle Connor has 15 points in 15 games. Shifley, Marner, and DeBrincat have 12 and 17. Ovechkin 10 in 15, and so on and so forth. On the Anaheim Ducks, It is Rickard Rakell with 20 points in 19 games. Robbie Fabry, 15 in 19. Nick Ritchie, 12 in 19. Max Jones, Michael Dalcole, and so forth. In nets, they have John Gibson, who's 12, 5, and 2 with 2 shutouts, 90 overall, 31 years old. Yaroslav Halak, 40 years old, still 81 overall. Good for him, bro. 937 save percentage, 1.91 goals against average. But look at Thatcher Demko, 1.50 goals against average, 946 save percentage, 4 shutouts through 12 wins. Every third win is a shutout. 12, 2, and 3. For Thatcher Demko. Now we are up in the Stanley Cup Finals for the second time in 3 years, boys. We took down the Maple Leafs, we took down the Flyers, all those pigs. And now we come to the Ducks, who had a 46, 32, and 4 regular season record. We're at Chicharo Arena. Let's win this cup, and let's get this dynasty rolling, boys. Serious. And now I need to resim against Maple Leafs, but it's okay. I'm not going to accept it until we win, because I know that we deserve that win. So there we go, overtime win, cool. Now we're up against the Ducks, just as it's meant to be, just like it was meant to be. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to save, I'm going to retry. So now we're up against the Ducks, but the system doesn't want to let me sim the games. So I'm going to try to sim it. If it doesn't work, I'm going to come back later today and try it again, but for you it's going to be 5 seconds. So I'm going to press this button right here, simulate, and either the game will simulate or it's going to go back to this screen, but it's going to be later today. So here we go, simulate. So unfortunately, I've spent hours restarting the system, doing software updates, doing all kinds of stuff, troubleshooting, and simulating. If I go back 2 years to my last save file, simulating works. But for some reason, every time I go here and I press simulate, the game just shuts down and it gives an error message, and the code corresponds to an error that has to do with corrupted files or something, and I don't know what's going on. I just want to play this game, bro. So what I'm going to be doing is that I'll have to simulate through the calendar, and I'm going to try, I'm just going to simulate through this one, and I'll try to go into game 2. If the system shuts down, I'm going to come back, simulate game 2, go to game 3. So it's going to be a very long process for me, quick for you, but very long for me. So unfortunately, I can't watch this game. So game 1 at Chicharo Arena, Stanley Cup Finals against the Anaheim Ducks. Let's just hope for a W, boys. And it is a 4-3 overtime loss. Yikes. So 4-3 overtime loss. We're down 1 game to nothing in the series. Now I'm going to save the file and I'm going to try to simulate it.